Today I have some lovely farmhouse decor ideas that you can easily recreate. Welcome to the Chic Show. Recreation Inspiration today is hosted by Lowly D's Creations, Lady Red Crafting, and co-hosted by Happy Tuesdays. Their channels and the playlist are in the description box below. This first project was inspired by the vintage pebble on Facebook, I believe is where I saw it, or I may have seen it on Pinterest. So I'm going to use one of these little wooden churches, or they may be a school or something from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to remove that bottom part. Now one side has some extra pieces on it, but I'm going to use the back side, and I'm going to stain that with some Waverly Antique Wax. I mixed up some milk paint in the color Truffle, I believe, and I'm just going to give this a quick coat of the milk paint. I did leave it a little bit thick because I was hoping for a lot more crackles than what I actually got. Milk paint is easy to distress though, so I am just giving it a little sand with my finger sander, and all of those thick spots I'm just sanding away so that it will leave an aged effect. I want to attach this to a wood piece, so I'm going to be using a piece of one of these wood shelves from Dollar Tree. I am giving it a spritz of water because the wood is very, very dry, and then I'm going to stain it with that same antique wax. I do want to embellish the church just a little bit, so I'm trying to decide which cross I want to use, and I went with the smaller one. And then I'm going to trim the points off of the other cross and put those above the windows. I also wanted to add a door, so I'm making one out of popsicle sticks. I've just cut these popsicle sticks so that they will fit over the opening of the door, and I've stained those with antique wax. I'm using hot glue to attach everything to the church, and then I will attach the church to the wood piece. Wood glue would probably be better for this project, but so far my hot glue has held up fine. Now, I didn't fill in the holes at the bottom of that piece because I knew the church would cover them, and the top two holes I'm going to actually use. These are some wood beads from Dollar Tree, and I added a little bit of that milk paint into a bowl with them, and I'm just shaking them around because I don't want full coverage. I dumped them out and just gave them a little time to dry. I strung the beads onto some floral wire that I simply attached by twisting the wire in the front of the wood piece and then flattening it out. And then I will do the same thing on the other side. Thank you to the Vintage Pebble for the inspiration for this piece. I saw this project on Pinterest before Christmas, but I never got around to making it. So I wanted to attempt that now without a Christmas theme. So I had some of these vintage cookie cutters. Some were Christmassy, some weren't. I just picked out the ones that were not. And I used some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to string those onto the ribbon and then tie them around my candle holder. tying them around the glass candle holder was a little trickier than what I thought. So it would be nice if I had a second set of hands to help with that. But anyway, I did finally get the bow tied, and this was just a very simple project, and I added in a simple candle. This is the inspiration for my last project today, and I don't remember if I saw it on the Iron Orchid Design Tribe Facebook page or if I saw it on Pinterest. But I am using some of Iron Orchid Designs molds from their new spring release. And I'm using just a little bit of air dry clay. I'm not using the whole mold. This is the Trimmings 4 mold. I'm just using the middle of it because I just wanted a few flowers. I'm also using this little tin pail from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use Tight Bond Quick and Thick to glue the mold onto the pail. Once I get it positioned like I want it, I'm just going to leave it to dry overnight. Somehow I forgot to record when I was painting this, but I used Mint Chip by DIY Paint. And then once that was dry, I used some clear wax and rubbed that all over the mold and all over the bucket. I'm going to be following this with some dark wax, and the clear wax will allow me to pull that dark wax away a little bit easier so that it's not so dark. So the wax that I'm using is Jolie's wax. As I said, I'm using the clear, the dark, and I do have white as well, but I'm not using that today. Using a dry paper towel, I'm just going to go back and rub away that dark wax. I want it to stay in the cracks and crevices and give the rest of the bucket a little bit of an aged look. I think this is the perfect little springtime bucket. Let's take a look back at all of our farmhouse decor ideas from today. Be sure and let me know down in the comments which of these spring decor ideas was your favorite. Thanks again to our hosts from today, and be sure and check out the playlist in the description box below. For more inspiration, here's another video I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.